Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemistry CC for you. So today here I am with some last minute tips for KUSET and Pondicherry University exam because your exams are on starting from 18th to 20th. Many of you have exams, so these are very few tips for all of you. You might already know this, but I just want to remind you all these things. So let's start. So the first thing is to last 2 days just revise the summary, shortcuts, and formula, and not the full notes. So don't try to study an entirely new topic in the last 2 days. So if you don't know about F block elements or P block elements, try to read some short notes rather than going and reading the whole F block or P block chapter completely from the scratch. So try not to begin anything from the scratch, but instead it is okay to go through short notes or shortcuts or summary and also formula because it give you a gist of the chapter, but don't go to study any new chapter during the last 2 days. It is not going to help you. Instead, it is going to reduce your confidence when you start something new. This is just my suggestion. Again, these tips are all my suggestion, what I have followed. It's up to you whether you should follow my tips or not. Just that. Second, try to memorize the periodic table and important log values. So memorizing the periodic tables, I am not telling you to memorize the entire periodic table, but try to identify which are the elements in the D block, that is first, second, and third transition series, and all those things, because it would be really good. At least the first transition series, if you could memorize, it will be really good because many questions from the crystal field, splitting energy, and so on, they will be coming from this first transition series element. So scandium, vanadium, titanium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. So these things you have to study. This is very easy to study. You can just make some sentence to just remember these words. And then important log values, this is really important because certain times in the examination they won't give you the log value and you will have to calculate the whole thing yourself. So I would suggest that you study the log values of 2, 3, 5, and 7. If you know the log values of 2, 3, 5, and 7, you could approximate the log values of any other numbers. So it is really important. Try to study the log value of what all? It is 2, 3, 5, and 7. Try to study these at least. Other things you could actually find from these values. So some, at least the first transition series and the important log values. Next, on the examination day, do try to attend part A in KUSET. As I have said, at least try to attend 5 questions in the part A. It is going to give you a great boost if you are a really average student and you think you are average in your subject part. This can be a huge boost in your rank and in your mark. So try to attend part A. Don't spend too much time in part A, but 15 minutes would be good enough. Just try to read 5 questions. There will be really simple questions also. I have already given you so many tips regarding part A, so I think you will be able to attend at least 5 in that part. Good to go. Just at least try to attend 5 and don't leave that part completely, because there might be really simple questions and once you leave, it won't do any good for you. This is a really arguable point, but I would suggest you try to attend 70 plus marks questions in the exam. And I would say why? Because suppose you know that for getting a sure seat, if you get 50 plus marks, you are kind of having a sure entry in the rank list, okay, and you are almost sure to get the admission in any of the examinations. Now, why 70 marks? Because all of you, no matter how hard we try, there are chances that we make negatives or we get wrong answers. So always, if you should see something like a buffer of 10, 15 marks, I would say if you have something like that, you have a good chance of getting around 50. No, most of us are not perfect and might not get all the answers we write as the correct answer. So try to attend uh, up to around 70 marks so that you have something in your hand, that is a good chance of getting above 50. And another thing, if you want to attend the whole 100 marks, it is good. And don't try to make too much negative in while trying to write 70 plus question. These two things are also to be remembered. This is just my suggestion. Try to write 70 plus marks question. But if you don't know and you are sure about 50 and you're totally 100% sure about the 50 marks you have written, and you don't want to make any more mistakes, it's okay, it's perfect. But those who are not sure about your 50, you can try to write up to 70 because it can give you a good chance. Next, be careful of the negative scores and avoid too much guesswork. So, as I said in the previous point, maybe you will try to write about 70 plus marks and you will make a lot of guesswork. Not good. Don't make too much guesswork and try to avoid many negative scores. There may be negative scores may happen because we are all humans, and we cannot write 10% perfect answers. So there may be negative scores, but making deliberately making too many negative marks is not good. So try to avoid too many guesswork. For example, if you have four options and you are doubtful about all the three options, you are only sure that one is not the answer. In such cases, it is not good to do the guesswork because you know only one by third of the answer. You know, one by third chance of getting your answer right. Okay, but uh, and also, next, time management is really important. So don't spend too much time on a single question. Try to go from one question to another quickly. For example, you should have a clear cut plan of how much time you are going to spend on the easy questions and how much time you are going to spend on the difficult questions. So, see, there may be questions from chemistry in daily life or bioorganic chemistry or medicinal chemistry. These kinds of questions can be answered under 1 minute. Just spend only very few seconds to attend those questions. And some places where you need calculations or where you need to write the mechanism of the reaction, in such places try to invest more time. So I would say factual questions, write it below 1 minute, and try to spend 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for the questions which need long calculations or mechanism writing. That is a good way of managing the time in the examination hall. Instead, you are trying to guess too much in the medicinal chemistry part where it's factual question. You are trying to spend 5-10 minutes in that particular question. It is really going to ruin your time in the examination. So don't do that. Have a clear cut idea of how much time you are going to spend on different types of questions. Next, eliminate options and attend questions when necessary. This is a very important thing. So, as I have said multiple times, when you think you need to attend a few more questions to be sure that you have a good chance of qualifying the examination, in such cases you could use this strategy. So, you are confused between you should eliminate options and come up with any two. Like you can make a judgment between any two out of the four options. In such cases you have to use this, like you have to eliminate two options and then try to decide between the remaining two options. This is only when necessary. Don't do this because this also falls under the category of guesswork. Don't do that. Eliminating options is really clever rather than doing guesswork. Eliminate some options which you are absolutely sure is not the answer, that you can avoid, and then make the judgment between the remaining questions. This is good, and you can try this one in your examination when necessary. Next question. Next point. This is very important thing. Take enough breaks before the exam. Sleep well and wake up fresh on the exam day. It is going to impair your judgment if you are spending too much time on the day before examination. Try to take it calm, wake up fresh, and have a good examination. Try to take enough breaks before the exam. This is also very important. Never think you don't know this and never think I know everything. So these two things are being underconfident and being overconfident, both are really bad. So when you attend a question, even if you don't know, maybe if you read it 2-3 times, you are going to get the answer. So you will get the answer if you read it two or three times. And sometimes you won't read the question carefully and you just think, yeah, I know this answer, so I'm going to write this right now. Don't do that. Also read the question carefully, calmly, and write the answer. You might not know that, but once you read it, you may know it. That's the important key. This, yes, read all the questions carefully. Why do I say this? Because in most of the questions, what happens is they will ask you uh, which of the following is not a cis isomer. Okay, and they'll give you some structures. So you will not see this word not, and the first option would be a cis isomer, and you will directly give the answer A, but it is wrong, because in the question they have asked which is not a cis isomer. You have to read the question carefully and just see what they are asked. For example, the question I have discussed 2 days back about the aromatic chemistry. So, which of the following is not aromatic? So, the first one might be a benzene and it is aromatic, and you are going to quickly, you might only read the word aromatic and click, just write the answer A. But wrong, don't do that. Just read the question carefully and what they have asked, and according to that, proceed. This is also very important. Try not to revise just before the exam. So like in our school time or college time, what we do, we'll just till the last moment when the teacher asks us to get inside the classroom, I mean the examination hall, till that moment we are going to revise. Don't do that. Try to spend at least 5, 10 minutes calmly just before the examination. Don't revise, and don't just rush in the last moment of the examination. Just not going to do much help. So just 5, 10 minutes, just give yourself to calm, relax, and prepare for what you're going to write. Just make your mind calm and not revise just before the examination. Finally, be safe and confident. So you all know how the situation right now is. So please be careful when you are traveling. Please be careful when you are sitting, writing, and everything. Please be safe, take enough precautions, because you know how the time right now is. So please be careful and confident. Be confident because you have done enough preparations. You are the one who has studied everything. So you are going to qualify this examination. Be confident, be carefree, and just focus on the examination. Just concentrate on the examination. Read the questions carefully, and you're good to go. As I said, these 2 days you can revise the summary, shortcuts, and formula. And if you have any new topics to learn, try to learn the short summary of those chapters and not the full chapter. Okay, so that's all. uh, all the best for your examination. If you have any more doubts and if you need any more tips, please ask me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, everyone, and I'm very proud of all of you for preparing really well for your examination. Thank you.